Let's rock and roll! JC here. In today's episode of Vagabond Vlogs, I'm gonna do an eyes wide shut themed photo shoot while testing the Colbor CL60 Video Light. I'll give you a little sneak peek. Because on this channel, we don't do any boring unboxing or review videos. So I went looking for the perfect setting to put this video light to practice. I took a little walk around my neighborhood in Ghent and stumbled across a room in Patrick Foley's Irish pub that perfectly suits my needs. And it looks like this. Now, if you've ever seen Kubrick's cult classic Eyes Wide Shut, then this scenery might bring back some vivid memories of underground parties with long black cloaks and Venetian masks, and that's exactly the look we're going for today. So I present to you Cult Foxy and Cult Domino. This moody dark room at Patrick Foley's will be my setting to recreate the vibe of Eyes Wide Shut in some photos, and it's also the perfect place to test out this video light. This is my first video light and it would otherwise have been very difficult to make a nice looking vlog for you guys. So now I have something to light me, to light what's happening while I take these photos. I already had a good look around and I found two spots where I think I will be able to take a nice photo. So let's go to the first spot. It's where I started, but I need to change the lighting a bit. First spot, we have this bookcase with a very dramatic, almost hellish type of light on it. I will build on a creative idea that Foxy just had, which is using one of the Venetian masks as my foreground element, kind of maybe a POV shot, which you know I like to do from time to time. So we have Domino, who will be standing next to this chair as if I'm being invited to the chair, and Alessia, who is literally trying to seduce me to join them, and I will be sitting at the table with the mask in front of the lens as if I'm a guest that's looking at them while getting seduced. Very eyes wide shut, I would say. Let's try it out. I was trying to build the perfectionistic dream of perfection in this shot, which was quite difficult because I have a foreground element, this mask, and I need to see through the eyes of the mask two girls that are standing on different distances from me. So very, very difficult, but I think we were able to do it. So that's the good news. I found a bunch of photos that exactly capture what we wanted. The guy looking through the mask at them. Do I sound depressed now?
I don't think so.
So let's move on to the second spot, which is I want to do something with all these photo frames on the wall. Kind of like how that looks. So let's move there, try out second photo. It's good. An important thing for photography, in my opinion, is to always create enough layers, enough dimensions. So I usually do it with POV elements because it's just a little touch that I like to make you dream more as if you're part of the photo. So in the previous shot, I used my 50mm to create some separation between the background and the girls, and then a lot of separation also between me and them. So there's three very separated layers. Now in this shot that I have in mind, we have this photo wall, and I want to add another photographic element, which is empty space. So in this case, I'm gonna have an empty chair, which is kind of an invitation for the viewer to imagine himself or somebody sitting there. So you kind of make the viewer fill in the blanks. That's very often how you can use empty space in a creative way. So I just have both girls standing on both sides of the chair, and the emptiness of the chair is an important element to the photo. Now I want to create some separation between the wall and the chair, because otherwise you only have one dimension again, one layer. So now it's important to create some distance between the wall and the chair to at least have some kind of background separation, because at minimum I would say you need 2 dimensions. For this photo I'm going to switch back to my 35 because unfortunately I don't have enough space to create the maximum amount of background separation, but my good old 35 is for sure gonna add some separation, so let's get to it. If the autumn weather is getting to you, or you have difficulty controlling your seasonal affective disorder, no worries, because end of October we're gonna be in Bali and end of January in Thailand for the next Vagabond vacations. Join us and you can expect a week of daily excursions to the best photo spots that the destination has to offer. You're gonna spend that week with a group of like-minded content creators and amazing models. It's hella fun. See you guys there. Okay, we've got this place for another maybe 15 minutes and I still have 1/3 photo that I thought of. Something hopefully a little bit easier because we need a little bit less of the scenery. It's more about what's happening on the foreground. Follow me along and I'll show you. So the third photo, we got beautiful Venetian Medusa mask. Alessia came up with the idea of having her lick a lollipop because her mouth is open, you can even see her tongue. Because I really like the contrast between this very classical looking piece versus the almost pop art lollipop into the frame. That's a photo I'm excited about and I'm gonna shoot it of both girls because they both wanted that photo. I've been doing this for I don't know how many years now, but it never gets easier. But I would say that's also one of the things that keeps it interesting for me to keep doing and trying to figure out these sometimes almost impossible puzzles to solve. Any other photographer could have maybe taken a model aside and taken some very simple portraits, beautifully lit. But once you try to add 2 models to the mix, double the difficulty. Once you try to add a POV element to the mix, especially when you have to look through holes of some kind, you tenfold increase the difficulty. Add some lights to the mix, which I am not experienced with. I'm much more experienced with natural light. I do have experience there. This was completely new for me, so that 100 times increased the difficulty. So all of that together was a quite difficult puzzle for me to solve. But at the end of the day, I always try to get there, and I did get there once again. So I have photos, 3 different styles. I like my results. There's always a way to improve, but I am very happy with what I achieved today, considering all these difficulties. Let me know in the comments below what you think of these results. I'm gonna stop this video giving one last special shout out to Colbor for the video lights. They did prove very useful. It's my first time, but I made them work. Good job, Colbor, on Colbor, I have no fucking idea what you do. I can't compare it to it. It might be the shittiest lights in the world, guys. Well, it's also not honest to say that they're bad. I just don't have any idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I have no prior experience with video lights, so I can't really compare them to anything else. They lit up my face in a nice dark environment, and I was able to create some extra moodiness on the models. So they did the job. I hope this company holds up against the competitors, but you can check out other review channels for that. Secondly, thank you Patrick Foley for letting me use this very vibey, atmospheric room. And I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. JC out. It's good. JC here.
Woo!
Okay, wow, that's a lot of enthusiasm for very little performance.